Paul McCartney's 5 favorite underrated musicians. Carl Perkins, the king of rockabilly. Paul's voice warmed as he spoke of Carl Perkins, the man whose riffs and rhythms ignited the rockabilly fire. Carl was the real deal, Paul said, his fingers drumming an imaginary guitar. Without him, there'd be no blue suede shoes, no spark for so many of us. Perkins had a humble demeanor, which might have overshadowed his pioneering contributions, but not in Paul's eyes. His blend of country and rock paved the way for rock and roll legends, and Paul often credited Carl's raw authenticity as a cornerstone of the Beatles' early sound. Harry Nilsson, the voice that could break your heart. Then came Harry Nilsson, a name that caused Paul to pause with a bittersweet smile. Nilsson was the singer's singer, with a voice so hauntingly beautiful it could silence a room. Harry's songwriting was pure magic, Paul said, tracing invisible lyrics in the air. He had a way of making you feel like the song was written just for you. Despite accolades, Nilsson often lingered in the shadows of the industry giants, a gem discovered only by those who took the time to look deeper. Little Richard, the architect of rock and roll. Paul's tone shifted to something almost reverential as he recounted the brilliance of Little Richard. "If you've ever seen him perform, you know," Paul declared. "That energy, no one could match it." Little Richard's flamboyant stage presence and groundbreaking style shaped the DNA of rock music, but his contributions were often overshadowed by others who followed in his footsteps. To Paul, Richard wasn't just an influence. He was a trailblazer who shattered boundaries. Jamerson, the bassist who built Motown. Paul's eyes lit up as he described Jamerson, a man often hidden behind the curtain of Motown's greatest hits. "Now that," Paul said, tapping his own bass guitar, "is a genius." Jamerson's intricate bass lines were the backbone of countless classics, yet he rarely got the recognition he deserved. Paul admitted to spending hours trying to decode Jamerson's technique, calling him a professor of groove. Eva Cassidy, the voice that came too late. Lastly, there was Eva Cassidy, a name Paul uttered softly as though it carried fragile weight. "Eva could sing anything," he said, his voice tinged with regret. Her talent was undeniable, yet it wasn't until after her untimely death that the world truly embraced her brilliance. Paul admired her ability to transform any song into a soul-stirring experience. Her voice, a bittersweet reminder of what the industry too often overlooks.